Hey everyone, this is Brett. I'm wearing my Coschedule t-shirt. I wanted to dive into the video that I did yesterday. It was a long video, and I was really trying to get some good examples and some anecdotal stuff as I went. But I wanted to dive in and look more at the times, because that's really where the rub is for me. It just takes too many actions, too much time. So I made this quicker video. The first couple of minutes of it really highlight how long it takes to create a batch of social shares. So like when I say a batch, I don't think there's a term for this in Coschedule yet. I think there should be, but if I created that plus button or to create a new thing and I choose a number of different social media platforms to share it to, and then I create the message, that would be the batch of messages that then is created after I add those to the template. How long does that take? How long does it take if you create 3 messages? How long does it create if you take 7? The clicks are slightly different. And in my example, I'm actually creating a message not off the cuff or on the fly. I'm copying and pasting it from a spreadsheet. So this video will show kind of a few examples of that, and then at the end of it I've got a little analysis on the total amount of time, because it took quite a bit of time to make that single template yesterday, and I think that time can come down. So love to hear some feedback after this from anyone. Impressions, if this jives with what it takes for you to do it. If you can do it faster, I'd love to see how you're doing it faster. Because I'm not perfect by any means, but I'm just not getting the speed out of this that I need to. Thanks, and hope everybody has a great weekend.
What it was supposed to do. So I need to come in here and I need to create when every one of these things is supposed to happen. So I'm going to click once to expand my editor to create the first thing that's going to get shared somewhere on social. And then I need to come through and pick the social accounts that it will go to. And in this case, I'm going to send it to a couple different Facebook pages I manage, to my LinkedIn account, Google+. I'm going to expand an option for Pinterest, and I'm going to put this under cool tools and apps. Then I'm going to go slide back in, and I'm going to send it to my personal Twitter account and a business Twitter account. So if you were counting, that was 1 click, 2 click, 3 clicks, 4 clicks, 5 clicks, 6 clicks, 7 and 8 clicks for the Pinterest option, just to pick the different things. I've already clicked a couple times to create this option. Then I come in here and I have my default stuff. So I want to use some of my variations. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to copy this first line here. And I do want this to be an image item. I do want them to grab my featured image. And I was copying from cells, so the spacing on this gets a little wonky. And I want to fix that a little bit. It is pulling in tabs instead of spaces as I do this. And that looks pretty good. So there's my same day as published, and I'll allow it to pick I could allow it to pick a time as well. I could have same time as published or best time. In this case, I'm going to go same time as published on this first initial one. And I'm going to hit add messages.
To create 7 social media messages, it took 94 seconds and over 22 clicks, plus some typing and backspacing and other stuff. Now that's from pre-written type data that was already in a spreadsheet, combining with the information already on my website.
And I want a second one to go out later that day. In this case, I have to come back through and I have to click again. I don't want to necessarily share it to Facebook more than once, but I do want to send it back out to Twitter and maybe to LinkedIn as well. And again, I want an image post. So I've got 3, 4, 5 clicks into this so far. And maybe I want to use some slightly different verbiage. So I come through, copy paste that, select everything there, copy paste it in, remove the spaces, arrow across, remove the spaces again. This time and same day as publish, and we'll go 3 hours after publish. So that's not
Hey, this is Brett, and yesterday I did a deep dive looking at what it takes to create the social campaigns, a template in particular with Coschedule. And I didn't have a chance then to analyze the times quite as much, but I did today. I went back through my own video and I've chopped it down. This is just a couple minutes, but as you've just seen, and I wanted to point out though, it took 44 to 54 seconds to create a batch of social messages. So if you think of everything that's going to go out on a single day or particular share time of day, it took 40 to 55 seconds or so. And in this video that I created yesterday, I created 23 batches. I was trying to create about a year's worth of messages. The messages for the first day, the day after, that first week, and then approximately monthly after that with a couple of extras. And it was 23 batches of things that needed to be shared. And as you've just seen this video, if I average the 44 second, the 50 second, the 54 second examples for the 3 batches that I show in the video, that averages out to about 49 seconds. So that's 23 batches, 49 seconds per average. That's 1,127 seconds or 18 minutes, 46 seconds to make my entire template. And that kind of lines up a little bit to the video if you watched it. It was long. It was in the 20-25 minute range, just the part where I'm actually creating the template, not the 10 minutes that I talk about setting things up. So I think there's some potential here. I did just a bare minimum look at some of the clicks, and that was mostly touchpad clicks. I noticed that because I feel it in my fingers more. But there was also a lot of keyboard work there too, backspacing, copy pasting, all sorts of things, unnecessary steps that add to the time and slow this thing down. So I'm hoping that this is getting across a little bit. I did not time a number of the other things that add to the time, like the animations that occur and whatever it might be on the back end of the server that's causing that slowness to take place. It could be that the animations could simply be zeroed out and they don't need to be there, and that would save a second or so per batch. It could be that there's some server lag somewhere along the way, and the animation there is to show you that something's happening. But wanted to share that with you and provide this shorter example too to help get the point across. Hope that helped. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'd love to dig in more, especially if anybody else wants to dive in and take a stab at some of this.